nuance. Oh. All that. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
All that, bro. All that.
But that can't even be real.
But,
that's the thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? All that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. Chad DD is not gonna come on the stream. He's just gotta go handle what he gotta handle. It's all love to my brother.
I'm a sucker for love.
Hey besties, virtual homegirls, and cousins of the internet. You've just tapped into Debriefing with D, where we don't just talk about it, we debrief it, break it all the way down, and get to the real tea. Respectfully. Now, today's topic is a layered and sensitive one. We're diving into the recent restraining order that pop singer and Disney princess Halle Bailey has filed against her former partner and father of her child, Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr., aka DDG. Now, I know social media loves to turn every story into a meme or a moment, but this right here, this is real life. A young black woman, a new mother, felt unsafe enough to take legal action to protect herself and her baby. In my opinion, this is not just another clickbaitable situation. This is a conversation worth having that so many people can relate to. But before we even get into this breakdown, let me say this. Disclaimer, this video is for commentary, criticism, and educational purposes only. Everything mentioned in this video is based on publicly available reports and court documents. Nothing stated here is meant to cause harm or defame. I like to make cultural commentary that explores the deeper truth behind the headlines and not about dragging anyone's name through the dirt. But now that has been said, let's talk about how we even got here. Because what started as a cute Instagram worthy couple turned into a quiet storm behind closed doors, and a lot of us didn't see it coming. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the timeline, it's okay, bestie, I got you. DDG and Halle publicly confirmed their relationship in early 2022. Right around that time, Halle had recently branched out of the girl group that she formed with her sister, Chloe X Halle, to step into her solo spotlight. She was entering her Little Mermaid era, glowing, soft, and fully booked. Meanwhile, DDG was already internet famous as a YouTuber turned rapper turned streamer, known more for his online presence and viral moments than his music at the time. He was just kinda always online. When news first broke about their relationship being official, people were skeptical. Some said he was clout chasing, some said she was too angelic for his vibe, but Halle seemed to be happy, so the public leaned into it. It didn't take long for the internet to be entered into an unsolicited group chat of DDG and Halle where they were posting each other, taking trips, and doing interviews. So by early 2023, people were starting to call them goals. Soon after that is when the pregnancy rumors started. Halle kept it very private, no announcement, no baby bump rollout, just silence. She denied it several times, even calling her fans weird for speculating. But that was just a small obstacle for the internet detectives because they were able to find out she was pregnant anyway through glimpses of her on DDG's live videos. And then in January of 2024, the cat was out the bag. She had softly dropped the news that she and DDG had welcomed a baby boy named Halo. And honestly, the internet was split on their reaction. Some people praised the couple for their bundle of joy, while others criticized Halle and DDG for their gaslighting and insulting of their fans for months. And after the birth of Halo is where things really began to shift. We quickly began to see that behind the scenes, things weren't as fairy tale as they had once seemed. Things took another turn when DDG started to make cryptic tweets and videos hinting at jealousy, especially around Halle's chemistry with her Little Mermaid co-star Jonah King. He even publicly accused her of sleeping with him. And then came the diss track. In the song Famous, DDG rapped about feeling insecure, claiming he was tired of seeing his girl kiss other dudes on screen. He even had the audacity to call her a famous female dog and questioned how real she could be if she was all over another man in a movie. In one of the lines, he says, "You know I'm insecure, that's a no-no," and I'm just glad that he knows we seen his insecurity play out in 4K, and it did not look good. Now, at this point, you're probably sitting there thinking, this sounds really bad. But wait. There's more. It gets even messier. He started going live and posting on Twitter again, but this time he wasn't putting his insecurity on full display. He was saying that Halle was keeping him from his son, that she wouldn't let him see the baby, and making more low-key jabs about her character.
I've been around girls all week because I don't get the chance to be a dad when I want to be a dad. Like, you think I don't give a about hanging around those girls. I want to be around my son. You feel me? But since I can't be around my son, I'm obviously going to work. I'm not finna sit in the crib, look at the wall and cry about this, you know? I'm going to go work. So it's like every single day or every other day, I'm trying to see him. I'm trying to get him to come over or whatever. I never get him dropped off. I always go pick him up. I live far as so I'm driving hours to go get him, and then I get there and I can't get him. Or I can't see him. My son is sick right now. I want to see my son. I want to hold my son. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to comfort him. I want to put him in the shower, get some steam in his nose so he can feel better. I don't get the chance to do that. I get pinned against the wall, and then everything else is variables on why I can't see my son.
After this whole ordeal, things had got kind of quiet between the two, so the internet just assumed that they had worked it out privately. That is until May of 2025, where allegedly public court records are showing that Halle Bailey has filed a temporary domestic violence restraining order against DDG in Los Angeles County. In her sworn petition, Halle describes a pattern of escalating behavior, verbal attacks, emotional manipulation, threats, and at least one incident of physical violence. She's alleging that DDG would scream in her face, would follow her from room to room while she held their infant son. He would throw objects and snatch her phone to stop her from calling any type of help. The documents allege that she wrote, "I am afraid of what Daryl may do to me or my child. His behavior is unpredictable and aggressive." She also detailed a horrendous moment where he allegedly caused her to chip her front tooth. As of May 2025, Halle Bailey has been granted a temporary restraining order against her ex-partner DDG, requiring him to stay at least 100 yards from both her and their son Halo. This order prohibits any form of contact, including electronic communication, until a scheduled court hearing on June 6, 2025. Bailey has also filed for sole legal and physical custody of Halo. In her petition, she requests that DDG be denied unsupervised visitation rights. However, she is open to allowing supervised visits once a week for 6 hours, but only while Halo is in Los Angeles and under the supervision of a professional agency. Unfortunately, this situation went viral as DDG was live streaming, and he found out about it with the rest of the world through tabloids, and I really did start to feel bad for him in this moment because you could tell that he was really sad about the situation.
What?
All that. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
All that, bro. All that.
But that can't even be real. That's the thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? All that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo. Stop these fake allegations. Chad, DD is not going to come on the stream. He's just got to go handle what he got to handle. It's all love to my brother.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay consistent, you know. I don't really have no plans or nothing. Just want to make sure I stay on my shit. Yeah. I don't plan on being on live for a long time. I'm just on here just to, you know, practicing when I preach.
This whole situation is a lot to unpack at once and is very heartbreaking on each side, especially the baby who was impacted the most out of this whole situation. And it's also very sad to know that Halle had to endure all of this, especially while adjusting to motherhood. And what makes this even more unsettling is the fact that it took her this long to get the help that she needed, despite having access to resources, fame, and financial stability. If it took her this long, imagine the women who don't have the same tools. The ones trapped in silence, without support, feeling like there's no way out. This isn't just controlling behavior. It's coercive, manipulative, and emotionally destructive. And given all this alleged evidence, the judge did officially grant that restraining order, and now this entire ordeal has taken the internet by storm. If you Google Halle's name, you don't even realize all of her accomplishments. All you see is the drama. That's exactly why they say hindsight is 20/20, because the signs were always there. So many people online were also raising concerns over the years, but they were dismissed and told to stay out that woman's business, or they were called haters. But this is my honest opinion on this situation that y'all probably didn't ask for. I believe Halle genuinely fell in love with the handsome bad boy. DDG was exactly who he presented himself to be online. Charismatic, always in the mix, and unapologetically himself. Many of us, especially those with keen discernment, recognize the type. We've seen men like him before, just in different forms. It was evident that they were not equally yoked. That doesn't make him a bad person, but you can obviously see that they weren't a good fit. I think Halle knew dating him was a risk, but perhaps she believed that her beauty, talent, and fame could inspire change in him. And when they ended up having a child together, planned or not, she might have thought, I'm giving him something that no other woman has. Surely this will make him change. And this is a lesson a lot of us unfortunately have to learn the hard way. You can give someone the world and it won't change who they are if they don't want to change. Do I believe he was solely at fault? No. Relationships are complex and both parties play roles. I've been in a situation eerily similar, deeply in love with someone who could be charming one moment and cold the next. He had his life together on paper, a good job, his own house, a nice car, very handsome, nice physique, but beneath the surface, there was deep emotional turmoil. It was hard to let go, especially when he knew all the right things to say. I think Halle tried to keep her family together. She gave him space to grow, protected his role as a father, and shielded him from public scrutiny, even when he was the one sharing the business online. But behind the glow and the grace, she was silently suffering. And I know after hearing that, some of you are still going to point fingers and say, well, she chose to have a baby with him, or she should have seen the signs. And listen, I hear you, but the truth is, people only show you what they want you to see. They'll put on their customer service personality and show you the perfect partner. They'll say all the right things, treat you right, and do everything that you want until they don't. And by the time the mask slips, sometimes you've already invested your heart, your time, your money, and in Halle's case, a whole child. My granny used to always tell me a hard head make for a soft ass. And sometimes that is very true. You gotta learn through the fire, through the heartbreak, through the lesson, but that doesn't make her dumb. That doesn't make her weak. It just makes her human. And let's be honest, how many of us have stayed too long, believed too hard, or ignored the red flags just trying to make something work? It's very easy to judge a situation when it's not your life, but it takes real strength to walk away, especially with the baby on your hip and the whole world watching. And here on the internet, folks have definitely been feeling some type of way about DDG for a minute now, especially black women who have been the most vocal about their reservations and attacked for raising their eyebrows since day one. They quickly clocked the gaslighting, the shady tweets, the content that always seemed more about clout than care, and it just never quite sat right with some people. And now it's no longer just a vibe or speculation. This is real. This is court. This is now a legal battle between parents. All of this ties into a deeper cultural conversation because I want to know, why is it that when women, especially black women, speak up, it takes a legal document for people to believe them? And why do so many of us suffer in silence because we're just trying to keep the peace or not embarrass the family, or because we want to give him another chance? And why do some men only show love when they're losing control? This isn't just about Halle and DDG. This is about recognizing when soft abuse is still abuse. When controlling behavior doesn't need bruises to be dangerous. When someone can smile in a vlog and still be a nightmare behind closed doors. It's about knowing the difference between being protected and being someone's possession. And here's the deeper layer to that. A lot of us were raised to believe that love is supposed to be hard, that struggle means loyalty, that you're supposed to stick it out, especially if you have a child. But today, let's reprogram our mind in the truth that you are not required to destroy yourself for the sake of preserving any relationship. I have to let this sink in, even for myself, that you don't owe anyone your silence just because they have potential, and you don't owe anyone your energy just because they showed up in the delivery room, especially if they can't respect you beyond it. And honestly, being loved loudly online doesn't mean you're being loved well in real life. Let that sink in. But that's pretty much the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. DDG is going out sad at the end of this because he had the unmitigated gall to go online after all of this and say, she just trying to ruin my image, like Daryl. Be so for real, sir. I hate to break it to you, but she's Ariel. She's in Disney Plus. You just dropped the mixtape. Be so serious. Nobody's trying to ruin your image, buddy. You did that all on your own. So to my besties watching this, if you ever find yourself in a space that chips away at your peace, whether emotionally, physically, or spiritually, please hear me when I say you don't owe anyone your silence. Not the internet, not the man, not even the version of you that prayed for it to work. You are allowed to outgrow the story you once dreamed of. You are allowed to walk away even if you stayed before. Choose peace over potential. Choose your safety over the storyline. You are more than deserving of a love that pours into you, not one that leaves you piecing yourself back together. And remember, love should feel like alignment, not anxiety. If someone really loves you, you won't have to explain why their love hurts. And another thing that people don't think about is a person can actually love you, but they can only love you as much as they love themselves. So you have to check their emotional bandwidth to see if you all are even compatible in the capacity of love that you're able to give. It's like going to the ice cream parlor and ordering a pair of shoes. While they may really want to fulfill your request, they just simply don't have the tools. But that's it for today's video, besties. Let's talk in the comments. Do y'all think the signs were always there, or did it catch you off guard? And what does protecting your peace look like today? In the meantime, thank you for debriefing with D, where we keep it real, we keep it kind, and we keep it going. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and drop your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll see y'all on the next one, and I love y'all. Bye.